IVM.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Positively Unlimited podcast. In today's episode, we have the letter P, and this is the A to Z series about finding your life purpose. So what could P stand for? When it comes to figuring out the meaning of your life, the reason why you are here. Well, in today's episode, I have one life skill and one mindset to share. Yes, it's two sides of the same coin, or then rather, two things on the same side of the coin. Well, P for present and P for presence. But let's talk about present first. No, I'm not talking about gifts. I'm talking about being present. That's the life skill that you need in order to discover your life purpose. Because it's not hidden in your past and it's not sitting in your future either. The door or then the window that leads to your life purpose can only be opened in the present. So the one thing that you need to stop doing is living in the past, constantly thinking about how things used to be, or then doing this dance with the whole when and then scenario. When that will happen, then I will do that. When I find my life purpose, then I will live in an X way. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but only when you live in an X way will your life purpose be revealed to you. Now that X is different for each one of us, and we all have our own version of it. Yes, it's completely customizable. So in short, what I'm trying to tell you is that from now on, you start learning and practicing to be present in the now. The only thing that matters is now. Where are you right now? What are you doing right now? What can you do right now? This is all that matters. The more you stay in the present, the more chances of you spotting the right opportunities that you need to be taking advantage of to figure out your life purpose. If your mind is going to be cluttered with the noise of what happened once upon a time or how things used to be or who you used to be, or then if it's all about the future and what you are going to do at some point or one day in your life or someday in your life, then in all probability, you may have already missed many opportunities that would have taken you one step closer to figuring out your life purpose. So think about your day. Think about how much of the time do you spend in the past or then in the future? How much of what you say, the language you use, the words you use are about the past or about the future? Do yourself a favor. From this moment on, stay in the present. And that brings me to the mindset for today, which is presence. Well, your presence matters. Let that statement settle in for a bit. I'm going to say it again. Your presence matters. Now, this one might hit home for some, and for some of you, it may feel like a sock in the gut. Or then even something being released in your chest, because it may take you straight towards your self-worth and all the things that you think about yourself. But the truth is, your presence matters. If our life has a purpose, if we were born to do something specific, then by that logic, your presence matters. Because you were born to do something and your life has purpose. Now, how do you start believing that your presence matters? Well, by being present. Stand in the present. Be fully present with whoever is there with you or in whatever it is that you are doing. When you are fully present doing something, the smallest of tasks, when you're not thinking about where else you need to be and what else you should be doing because, oh, then somebody might think of you, or oh, then you might be seen. Well, that little task that you're doing will be done so well that it will be noticed. Stand in the present and be present. Well, today, I'm going to give you an intention. And here's what I want you to do. Stand in front of the mirror for the next 21 days and say this to yourself. Look at yourself, make eye contact, and say this to yourself. I am choosing to stand in the present moment and be fully present in that moment. I'm going to say it again. I am choosing to stand in the present moment and be fully present in that moment. This is the statement that I want you to repeat to yourself, standing in front of the mirror, making eye contact with yourself. Say it 21 times to yourself for the next 21 days. Some of you may wonder what it will do. But when you are standing there looking at yourself square in the eyes, telling yourself a statement as powerful as this, you are essentially instructing your mind how you are to behave. You are telling your mind that you have made up your mind to change your behavior, to upgrade, to evolve and be a newer version of yourself. And as you evolve, slowly and steadily, one piece at a time, your life purpose is being revealed to you. Well, if you need any help with being present and you need some more hacks to get through whatever it is that is stopping you from standing in the present, scroll through the previous episodes of the Positively Unlimited podcast on the IVM Podcast app and the IVM website. And if you need any help in figuring out what previous episodes would work for you, well, you can DM me on Instagram. Our handle is IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram, and my handle is Positivity Angel on Instagram.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank the sponsors on our network this week, Seat Tires. So we had a fantastic week. Tune into This Round is on Me, where Gauri Devidayal has a chat with Divya Ravichandran on the issues of waste management in India and how recycling, composting, and using eco-friendly alternatives can help. On Filter Coffee Podcast, Karthik speaks with Lux Narayan about his book Name, Place, Animal, Thing, an inspiring non-fiction fable about hope, positivity, and living your best life. On All Things Policy, Anirudh Kanisetti talks to Prateek Wakre and Rohan Sheth about Australia's conflict with Facebook and Google and what this means for big tech companies and the news ecosystem. On the Simplified Podcast, Naren and Tony talk about greenwashing, which is businesses unfairly marketing themselves as eco-friendly just to ride the sustainability wave. You should also check out the Cyrus Says episode with Varun Deshpande of the Good Food Institute, where they talk about plant-based alternatives. Varun does a great show with us called Feeding 10 Billion. Do check out this episode of Cyrus Says. They have a really interesting conversation. On the Millennial Athlete, Tanvi and Shlok speak to the badminton doubles player Satvik Sairaj about his successful stints at some of the recently concluded games. And with that, I hope to see you again next week.
Whether you're an established sports person or a budding one, or simply a sports enthusiast, join us, Tanvi and Shlok.
We are two passionate pro badminton players talking policy, mindset and everything sport.
So tune in to the Millennial Athlete every Monday.
Only on the IVM Podcast Network.
Trust us, it's gonna be lit.